All right, I'm ready.
Yes, and this run starts off with Cutman. This game at this point is extremely optimized. It follows a really strict route with all the bosses, since you kind of want to use the bosses' weaknesses against each other, and Cutman is the optimal guy to start with. You can't really notice, but Dexter is already using some tricks. Once he gets off of a ladder on the top, he jumps to cancel the climbing up animation to save frames. And yes, to get a record in this game at this point, you kinda need to save frames. And there he uses a second trick. If you take damage and then press select, you will cancel the horizontal movement of Mega Man, so you don't get pushed back, which enables you to pass through enemies. Oh, yeah, that's good. These guys have kind of a random pattern, and we saw a bad pattern there, but he used the invincibility frames to be able to climb up through the enemy. It's kind of a strict trick. I can't do it. And here's a really fascinating thing. You can actually grab the bottom ladder from the top of the screen, and we'll see that in a couple of stages in this run. Oh. Yeah, that guy is also all random. He can do a high jump or a low jump. You want him to do a high jump, because then he'll jump over you. But you also want to anticipate cancelling the damage with select, which is what Dexter did there. Nothing really special about this boss fight. Just shooting him until he dies.
Yeah, nothing fancy going on the first stage actually.
Yeah, but from the next stage onwards we'll see some really fancy stuff. And I can tell you, if you run this game, you will reset at the first or second stage a lot. Because you really don't want to lose time at early stages. If you hadn't paused there, he would have been pushed off the platform, so it's a really good trick to utilize throughout the whole run.
I'm gonna play a bit safe up here on the corner jump. If I don't, I could lose about 20 seconds.
Yeah, the next screen is really bad, also for speedrunners, because the jump is really precise, and if you miss it, you fall down to the next screen and lose 15 seconds, but Dexter handles it like a pro.
Yeah, that was only like a half second loss.
Yeah.
Not too bad. You can probably start explaining the upcoming trick here.
Yeah, so normally you wouldn't be able to get the magnet beam before getting Gutsman's power to remove the rocks, but there is a trick involving shooting from a ladder, then pressing up to get into the wall, and then yeah, you can kind of see for yourself. He's inside the wall. Explaining the whole trick would be kind of lengthy, but
yeah, I got a bad turnaround there, so I had to like move pixel per pixel there.
But it worked out. You can actually softlock the game if you get stuck in there with the magnet beam, because then you can't throw the rocks away since you don't have the Gutman's power. So that's an instant reset.
Made the second beam there too high up.
We'll hope for a high jump here.
Yes.
Yes. Yes. And this is one of the hardest tricks in the game, actually. So we'll see how he handles this. one of two screens.
Oh, I got a bad beam there.
Yeah. But the backup was pretty successful.
Yeah.
Successful. And there we see just how quick you can defeat a boss using his weakness.
About the beam there, when you shoot the beam, there is like a random factor whether the beam gets shot out from his buster, like the pixel away or like a couple of pixels away, and the beam, I don't know, spawned at the farthest point.
Yeah, and at various points throughout the run, if the beam spawns too far from Mega Man, there's actually a chance that you will die if you try to drop down on it. And what we see there is really nice. So if you place a beam at the top of the screen, that's pixel perfect, by the way, and then jump on top of it, you're kinda in the wall or in the ceiling, so the game tries to push you the only way it knows, which is right. Which is how you gain a lot of time in this game. And that was 1 pixel low, I think, to get the second screen wrap here.
I could do the backup, but I'm not that good with it, so I'm gonna just...
Yeah. Just know that trick is pixel perfect and maybe frame perfect as well. Almost, at least. Really nice. Yeah.
That was really good.
That was really nice. And there we could see that by pressing select, you can actually make or deplete the boss's invulnerability frames. So you can make an attack be inside him and then just select, select, select until he's dead. And that's a trick that's used on most of the bosses.
Did you explain the corridor zips?
Yeah, prior to the boss. It's kind of the same mechanic as he did on top of the screen, and as he does here. Oh, okay. Oh, nice. Basically, if you place a beam and jump up on it, and Mega Man for some reason is inside the ceiling, it pushes you right. That's universal. You can do a similar screen wrap here as it did in Iceman stage, but it's also frame perfect.
Pixel perfect.
Pixel perfect, yeah, not frame perfect, sorry.
And here's a trick that I can't explain it. It's so weird.
You just need to watch it. No, it's extremely hard. Nice. So if he would have been a split second late on zipping right there, he would have gotten hit by an enemy and died.
Ow.
Ah.
Oh, that was actually a good beam, but I wasn't sure how long it was. And if you get hit while zipping into the room, you will get spawned back into the corridor.
Again, this electric.
It only happened to me like once or twice, but I didn't want to risk it there. So.
Yeah.
Bomb Man.
Yes. I think this might be one of the largest skips coming up here in this stage, actually.
I would say this, yeah.
Yeah.
And it's not too hard to do, actually.
No. Though it is victim to the troll beam that we discussed earlier. So if you place a beam and it spawns too far from Mega Man, then you can drop down and die on the spikes below. We'll see that coming very shortly. Also a trick he does on the ladder. He presses shoot, then jump, should I let go of the ladder and then re-grab it with the up command, so he doesn't stay on the ladder.
Oh, that was bad.
Well, that worked out at least.
Yeah. You only saved like 2 seconds by getting that.
So here's the point we talked about. Let's see how this goes. Yeah, he got it. And this is one of the largest skips in the game.
And I shot multiple beams there before doing the zip, just to be sure that I don't get the troll beam. You probably didn't see it, but it was kind of fast.
Good boss fight.
Yeah, that was pretty good. Normally you wanted to do the short jump, you say about half second. And now Gutsman, I would say, has the hardest zips, I would say.
Yes, if you want to do this stage optimally, this is by far the hardest stage, I would say.
And I will not be doing Cool Kid zips, because if I miss them, I die. I call them Cool Kid because he's pretty much the only one who goes for them. Damn it. I don't know if that was... No.
No.
I have a setup to do that zip there, but and I tried to do a backup, but I missed it. Sadly.
Well, let's hope for some corridor zips.
Yeah, I've been doing pretty good on those.
Yes. And if you wonder about speedrun lingo, a zip is when you somehow get inside the wall and get pushed up, right, down or left, because the game doesn't know what to do with you. That's very good RNG.
And the perfect...
And an ass grab.
Ooh, 1229.
Oh!
1229 robots, that's not too bad, actually.
No, that's really good, actually.
Ass grab, by the way.
Yeah, ass grab.
I don't know if I'm allowed to say that, but...
I don't see why not.
Yeah.
It is what it is.
Exactly. It's the most important trick in the game, so why not?
Yeah. It even has 1 or 2 pictures. Show it.
Yeah. And we'll see how this trick goes.
Yeah, it's a pretty new trick. One of the newest tricks, actually, in this run. Oh my god. That's so good. Wow.
That's really good. No. What the hell am I doing? Elec.
So there's a couple of ways to get rid of those blocks. L command, or you can grab them with Gutsman.
Oh.
And you can get over this space with 2 magnet beams if done optimally, but
get away.
Not likely. And in wily stages, after each stage, you don't refill the magnet beam ammo, so you want to conserve them as much as possible for zips and skips, of course.
That was 2 bad screens, and you will be seeing me doing some backups also on the next stage, because I don't want to do the walk of shame.
So this electric saves tons of time on this boss, because normally you would have to fight him in several cycles, where he assembles and deassembles several times, but now we can one cycle him, which is a huge time save.
Yes, indeed. I think it was on actually Yellow Devil where they discovered the pause trick. Whoa. Normally I'm zipping past this guy, but it's a potential soft lock.
Yeah.
A big potential.
So for marathon settings, it's not really viable.
Oh,
Because we want
really?
to finish the game at least.
Oh, cut, man. Come on.
And different bosses have different length of their invulnerability frames as well. As you saw there, he didn't select and select as fast as he did on Yellow Devil, for instance. Once again here we'll see the ladder trick that we saw in Elkman. First try, really good.
Oh shit. Oh yes.
Nice.
Got the back up there.
Oh my god, yeah.
That saves about 10 seconds. No, not 10 seconds. 5 seconds maybe.
Yeah.
5 seconds.
And it's also hard, but everything in this run is hard.
Yeah,
so.
everything in this game is hard. Like I said, everything pixel perfect.
Yeah.
And on this stage, when you do the... What the hell are they called? Well, stage 2 zips, you need to be lucky with subpixels also.
Yeah. So it kind of has that randomness factor to it. But you kind of need to do them if you want to compete for the best time.
Yeah. You can get a good run without it, but
Yes.
pretty much mandatory to get a world record.
And we'll basically skip this whole stage.
Oh shit.
Yeah. That should do it. Nice.
Oh.
That's the only trick I've contributed to this game. That set up for that last beam there. So normally walking through that corridor takes like half a minute, if not more. But being in the wall has its perks. Nice. That's also a frame perfect trick. If you press the B button on the frame that the last rock leaves the screen, you can dupe the rock.
Come on.
And you need to do so, 3 times in a row.
Oh.
Yeah.
That was only like 4 seconds lost.
Yeah.
So it wasn't too bad.
Yeah, final stage already, and yeah, it can be a sub 20 still.
Don't tell me.
Nice.
It's first try.
Yes.
All right, don't blink. Don't blink. Oh, nice mess up there. I need to.
Yes.
Oh.
So we are skipping all the refights because why not?
The only death you have to take.
But taking a death and saving minutes, it's pretty.
Oh yes.
Yes.
It could be it. This could be it. Get ready with time, by the way.
Yeah.
Get ready with time.
Oh.
Time!
Oh, 2001!
Damn it!
So close.
So
but,
close.
But that was a pretty solid run.
Yeah,
overall, I
yeah,
would
it was.
say.
It was the best marathon run yet, I think.
Yeah.
It was. I really wanted that sub 20. Damn it. But it was a solid run. No big mistakes, I would say, overall. Except that I skipped some of the tricks, but that's only because I had to. I didn't want to soft lock the game and everything, so...
Yeah.
A really good run, I must say. A really good run.
You couldn't ask for a better marathon run.
No, I can't actually. I can't actually. Alright, thank you guys for watching, and stay tuned for some more Mega Man.